Hey guys, it's Marvin. This is another Wis-Coat Wednesday. This time, I've come across the Mississippi River to see my friend Stan Genadek. Stan started a landscape business at a young age and has parlayed that into something that I think is unbelievable, Dirt Monkey University. Stan, I want you to elaborate first on the landscaping aspect and then transition into Dirt Monkey if you could.
Okay, I grew up out in the country. I was 13 years old. That's when I got things started with the landscaping business. I'm now 45, so I've been doing this for about 35, 32 years. I don't even know how long it's been. And a few years back, I was first asked to do a podcast, and I said to the guy that asked me to do the podcast, I'm like, are you flipping nuts? Contractors don't want to hear contractors talk about business on a podcast.
Sure.
He's like, please just give it a try. So I started it. It was called the Landscape Business Pro Podcast. And one of the people I initially interviewed was Keith Calfast.
Sure.
Because I started to go on YouTube, I had to find people to interview.
Right.
And I came across Keith, and he's like, hey, you should make some videos. And I'd already been making videos about my projects. Mm-hmm. So then I started to make videos about the business and not about the projects as much as the business. So now, vice versa. I started to make the videos about the business and not the projects. Mm-hmm. And so that's where Dirt Monkey University started to take off, because I needed to name it, I needed to brand it, I needed to create something that I could share. Mm-hmm. So on my YouTube channel, the focus is not just on landscaping, not just how to do landscaping, but the inside information, the thing people are not willing to share with you that are inside this industry. How do you bid a big landscaping project? How do you break it down? What do you do? What's the steps? What's the process? A lot of these guys have absolutely no clue how to get started in that industry. Mm-hmm. Not only am I going to teach you everything that I've learned over 32 years, but I'm going to break it down into its simplest components so that you can literally, while you're watching videos with a pen and paper, you can start taking notes and go out and bid an exact same job just like I'm doing on the video.
So, for me, I was introduced to Stan by another asphalt industry guy that wanted to get into snow plowing and said, you gotta see this guy Dirt Monkey if you want to get into snow plowing. I watched his video, I bought a plow truck. I started watching. I must have watched a lot of YouTube videos before I realized Dirt Monkey University put on webinars, had videos, had classes that you could transition to progress yourself even farther. I learned so much from just the YouTube channel that I was able to implement into my business right away, and now I'm still doing some of the webinars. It's like dangling a carrot in front of a horse. They're gonna bite that thing because it looks so good and they know they can use it. That's what Dirt Monkey has kind of done for me, and it's transitioned not only from landscaping. I don't do much landscaping. I do asphalt work. I do asphalt maintenance. But it correlates perfectly. If you substitute laying patio block with applying crack filler, it applies. The business process is almost the same. The method's different, but the business is the same. I just want you to elaborate a little bit on that as far as people in different industries can use Dirt Monkey University.
If you got one of these, or if you got two of these, and you're a contractor, you get your hands dirty, that's who I concentrate on, because running crews is basically the same. It's almost universal across industries. It doesn't make a difference whether you're in the concrete business, if you're doing seal coating, if you're doing tree removal, landscaping, lawn care. Man, we're all contractors. We're all in construction as far as I'm concerned. So a lot of the principles are universal across the board. In fact, one of my very first members in our mastermind group, which is a closed group, you sign up, you get me on the phone, you get Phil Saros on the phone, you get Callie Taylor, she's the brains behind all the brawn, doing all the SEO stuff. You get all access to all of us. And I was like, hey, so what do you do? He's like, I own a concrete company. Okay, one of my very first members, not even in landscaping, because he understands that what we're doing, it can switch from one industry to the next industry.
Exactly. So, as we close near the end of the video, I always get one good question. And this goes back home to where I'm from, rural America. Our town has 800 people. There's ambitious people. I talk to ambitious people there every day that want to do something, have a dream, not only business-wise, but whether it be athletic-wise, personal-wise, anything like that. But I would just want you to elaborate and answer a question of what can somebody who has a dream or a passion that they want to pursue, what can they do to help get them motivated and going in that right direction?
Oh, this is a beautiful question. I absolutely love this question because the answer is so simple. First off, you're not alone at all. At all, in any way, shape, or form. What you're going to do, the very first step that you're going to do, is you are going to find a person close by you, preferably not a family member. I mean, nothing against family, but you're going to want to find somebody that can take you on as a mentor, take you under their wing, okay? You're going to be very cautious. You're going to ask them questions because they're not going to want to divulge everything to you, right? But they've already blazed the path. You're not blazing the path. You're simply going to repeat the formula of success that person has already done, and you should grow out of that person. Eventually, you should be able to hire and fire mentors because you are stair-stepping up the ladder, and your mentor's experience has to follow that. So as you're gaining people to go to look for answers, to take you in under their wing, to take your business to the next level, what you've got to do is you've got to find people that are at the next level, because you're going to grow up to their level, and then you are going to be motivated and driven, and you're going to grow past them. And unfortunately, you're going to have to say goodbye to this person. You're going to have to start looking for this person. And here's a word of caution. Free mentors are usually the value of what you're paying for them. So don't be afraid to pay for a mentor, because when you pay for a mentor, it is in their best interest to make your business grow, because they can now use you as a referral.
Exactly.
And you are proof that the principles that they're trying to teach you work. Yes.
It's come full circle.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes. And John Lee Dumas said it best. When I interviewed him, I said, what's the most powerful thing that you've ever experienced in business? And he said, it's mentorship. Because it takes not just years, decades off from your business. If a person's been in business 10 or 20 years and they're willing to come in here and go, blah, 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 and give you all of their information and shove it in your head, you just shaved 10, 20 years or however long they've been doing it off from learning it yourself. It's as easy as that. It literally is as easy as that. It doesn't get easier. Free, go find them, then from there, fire them and keep going.
Exactly. I love it. And I know you guys love it. Stan.
Marvin, thank you.
Thank you very much. It gives you a great reason to come across the river and, I guess, be in Viking territory. I'm a cheesehead. But anyways, Stan's, all his links are going to be underneath this video on Facebook, underneath the video on YouTube. Stay tuned for Wis-Coat Wednesday. There's going to be a lot more.